What is going on, guys, girls, whoever's watching? Welcome back to another episode of Flying Brown's Garage.
Are you the kind of person who likes to fix everything yourself? Do you have a lawn care machine or gasoline generator that needs some attention? We've got the perfect solution for you. Where HIPA carries an endless line of affordable small engine parts for lawnmowers, leaf blowers, chainsaws, and much more.
Today we have two mowers that have been dropped off here at the shop. Customer brought them. He wants one engine put on the other, and I don't know if that engine's good. So first things first is we need to bring that one in here and see if the engine is a running engine. So I'm going to go ahead and yank it in the shop, and we'll see what we're working with. Alright, here's what we're looking at. This is a Bolens by MTD. On the back of his truck it seemed a little locked up. So, no battery. It is a 6-speed vari drive with a 38-inch twin blade. So, what we're looking at and what we want, let's get this out of the way. We're wanting that 17.5. Well, it could be something else, I don't know. But this thing has been sitting outside and he did not store it properly. I told him for future reference, you need to store your engines with spark plugs in them, especially if they're outside. And you should have something covering your carburetor. But he didn't do that, so I'm wondering if this engine's even any good. We're going to try to see if it's worth a shit, but I don't know. So, we're going to start off by disconnecting the fuel lines. I don't know if this is going to work off the key, or is it going to, well, maybe I should just hot it. Well, it said it's been sitting. Maybe we should just see if it works with the key. I have no clue what, ooh, I was about to say I don't know clue what year this is, but it is a $2000? I think it's a 2000. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 2000. Do not look at that date. That is not the date of the mower. I do not believe it's the date of the mower. This thing has seen better days. But what we might go ahead and do is try to put a battery in it and see if it will. Well, I need to get the engine broke free first. Let's see what the oil looks like. Is it? Okay, it's oil. Feels like oil. Not sure. Not sure this engine's gonna be any good. It is turning the... I need to feel if it's turning the spark plug. I mean the piston. If it's pushing it up and down or not. I'm wondering if the damn... I'm wondering if this thing has a thrown rod. I'm gonna put y'all on the stand, and we're gonna see exactly what's wrong with this thing real quick. Found this a long screwdriver. Stick it in there. Oh, it is good. Okay, so we have let's pop our cover off here. That is completely wet inside. We need to find that. Is that guy? It's going to be loud for a second. We're going to cut on our air compressor so I can get this bolt broke for you. No, that's not coming off. Alright folks, it's been a little bit, but so this was a customer's machine when we started the video, but ended up buying it from him. He sold me, or I sold him a mower, the red MTD, and ended up buying this from him. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and swap this engine out that we know is bad and put a good engine on it, get it ready to get sold. So first things first, we're going to pull the engine, take it up there, pressure wash it, get it cleaned, and get it ready for its new engine. Put a new engine on it, get it running. Of course, make sure it mows. If any of y'all are interested in a Bolens 38-inch cut with a Briggs and Stratton intake on it, you know who to contact. Comment down below. You can contact me at flyingbrian2293@gmail.com, or you can contact us on the Facebook or Instagram page. So. Alright, we got the engine pulled and it's sitting over here. All the parts are sitting on the table. We're about to pull this head. I'm going to do that off camera, and we're going to drop this back down and get it ready to take it to pressure wash. Alright folks, we had to take a break because I just had a customer drop this off and they needed some deck repair. I did not film it, but if y'all want to see some of the work that I did to it, y'all can check it out on the Instagram and the Facebook. I will be doing a post on this mower, but I had to fix the deck and I pressure washed it for him, got it all nice and clean. The tensioner wasn't working and the deck belt catch is was messed up. So I've got it all situated and ready to go. Sorry about that. That was a business call. That will be happening a lot now on the channel. Got to make money, keep this going. So we're about to put this on the back of the snatch tractor and take it up there and pressure wash it as well. Get it clean and get it down here ready for a new engine. Or new engine. Alright. We got her loaded up. We're about to drag it up there to the pressure washer and give this thing a nice bath. Hope it cleans up good because it's pretty nasty. But we will see. Give it a nice little once over so we know just how much of a difference we make on this old dirty MTD Bolens. Alright, she's cleaned up, but I am 15 minutes from quitting time. Hours are 12 to 8 now, so I'm not going to work anymore after 8, and it is 7:45, so I'm going to go ahead and start packing up for the day. We're going to take this down there, probably just leave it on the back of the tow rig for the night, clean everything up, and get ready to call it an evening, and then we will start this all again tomorrow, where we will get an engine on this thing, hopefully get it running. We got a little bit of deck repair to make. We'll try to get this thing riding and mowing, and after all that, hopefully we can turn around and sell this thing and make a profit for the shop. So I will see you guys back out here again tomorrow, where we will be stabbing an engine on this thing. Alright guys, it's been a while, but we're back on the Bolens MTD. So, we got it up on the lift. We finally got the purple mower done and out of the shop. It's looking good, so if y'all want to check out that video, y'all be sure to go back one video. It should be there. If not, wait till the end of the video. I will leave it in the little, you know, click on the thing. So, got this in here. It's fairly clean. We got the tires aired up. It's on the lift. We're going to strap it down so it don't move from the rear. We're about to go to the storage shed back there and find us an engine that we can put on this thing. Preferably Briggs and Stratton. That's just because that's what I got here for parts. So if we can find some Briggs and Stratton parts, we will be good to go. And yeah, so let's go back here, look, and see what we can find for an engine. Got the tow rig out down here at the shed. That's how the purple mower turned out. Actually looks pretty good, except for the color. I will emphasize that every time I say it. Other than that, not bad. It's pretty decent. Straightened up good, and it rides smooth and rides out pretty quick. But here's our engine selection. We have Color, Briggs, GY6. There is another Briggs there. We've got a Briggs there. I do believe there is, or there's a V-twin Briggs. That's no good. And then we have two Honda clones back there. So I think we're going to go with that one. It looks to be in the best of shape. And honestly, if I go with that one, I probably won't have to swap over so many parts. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and well, you know what? I should probably do this from the other way. Let's do it. Let's do it here. To here. I'm glad that hole's threaded. Is that a bolt? It is a bolt. I dropped it. Okay. Let's get our ratchet strap back here and start hooking up. Alright, we got our engine hoisted up there. Let's go ahead and ride it out. We got our engine out. Let's get her up to the shop. Let's go ahead and start assembling. We got a cleaned up coil, so we're going to replace this one. Alright, we got the flywheel cleaned up, but before we go any further, let's go ahead and swap out our spark plug. I've got a fairly new one here. That one looks like it's burning good, but it's a little old, so we're going to replace it since we're already in there. I have a cheapo plug. It is an A and B. I'm going to clean it just a hair. It's not really dirty, but it's just a tad bit from sitting. So we have an A and B, never heard of it, K6RTC, but it is a Briggs style plug, so we're going to go ahead and put that in. Along with our fresh coil and flywheel. Did and some more, and that is good to go. So, alright, I know I said we were about to get to the carburetor, and we are, but I'm trying to get as much done to this engine as I can. I do have a customer coming that's bringing me 2 mowers to repair. Maybe you will see them on the video, I'm not sure. But, as of now, this thing has no oil in it. We're going to add some. And yes, it's used oil, but this is a used unit. I don't have any fresh oil. Budget's low for the shop right now until I make some money. Hopefully that is coming now. But we're still going to add this. To the mower, because used oil is better than no oil. It's not bad. It's just a little used. That's all. Alright. We are on our carburetor. So, let's get some stuff moved around. Let's get us the 7/16 that we need to remove these 2 nuts. There's going to be a gasket in this collar, and this collar needs some assistance so it doesn't choke the lead. Everything moves in there though, so I mean that's good. Let's get a 5/16 for the studs, and then it will release from the back pipe. That gasket is probably not very savable, but at least we could trace one if need be. Alright, so now that we're in the carburetor, that choke blade is bent. We're going to have to come in there and bend that back. So, scrap it. Pair of pliers to flat bladed, grab on and squeeze. Okay, now that we did that, we can slide that out. This armature will come right out of the top. Then we have our 2 flathead screws on the back side of our throttle blade. Thank God that one came out. Let's hope the other one does the same thing. It did. That is good. Now that we got those out, we can take our blade out of the thing there, the carburetor, and then the armature will pull up out of there just like so. And then next we need to get a 7/16 and pop the bowl off. Now if yours is a Nicky, it's going to be different. But this is a Walbro carb. They tend to use these in the older styles, and the Nickies are on the newer styles. These actually have metal components on the inside, except for the float, of course, where the Nickies are all plastic. But here's our carburetor. As you can see, it is pretty gunked up in that bowl. We will be cleaning that out. And then our carburetor itself needs to be cleaned. So we will definitely be soaking this and blowing this out. I've got some solution to drop this in to soak it. The needle and seat look okay. Do look okay. Float looks like it could be wiped down too. Looks like maybe the only thing I'm going to drop in the solution is the carburetor itself. Everything else can kind of be cleaned by hand. Well, I might drop these in there too. When you do drop your plastic parts in, make sure that you don't have any of your rubber gasketry on there, because the solution will eat the gaskets. So any kind of rubber O-rings, rubber gaskets, even paper gaskets, you want to remove them, especially if you plan on reusing. So let's go drop our stuff here in our solution, let it soak, and then we'll go ahead and start the process cleaning up the other parts and getting this carburetor ready to reassemble and put back on this engine. Alright guys, so I want to take a quick second, make a new little commercial thingy, whatever you want to call it. Y'all be sure to go like the videos. YouTube likes that. Comment down below. YouTube likes that. We're still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, so if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscription button and hit the all notifications bell. That way you're notified every time we put out a new video, which is at least once a week at this point. Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. The only one that's different is these Snapchats and Avatar. The rest of them are the same profile picture as a YouTube channel, so you can go to those platforms, type in Flying Brown's Garage in the search engines. You should find me, and we post different content to those as a sneak peek to what is coming. Also, be sure, if you want to, come join us on Facebook at Flying Brown's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. We have a group where we're trying to build like-minded folk to come around and share your builds, share your ideas, and maybe even plan a get-together ride or something. So y'all be sure to check out all those things and stay tuned for the newer videos. If y'all want to check out some of the older videos, we got a bunch of stuff back there in playlists. So if you're feeling a little like a little Flying Brown's Garage mood, y'all can go back, watch a bunch of old videos, and stay tuned for the newer ones. And let's go ahead and get back into the shenanigans of the video. Alright folks, it's been a few days, but that was because I was waiting for parts. We had a bad seal here, so we're going to replace that today. There we've got a seal kit for the bottom of the crankcase and this bottom main seal. So we're going to go ahead and start tearing this apart and getting it ready for our new seal. Alright, we got our case apart. Looks pretty good in there. it looks pretty good in there. Oh. There's some trash. It's not too bad. We'll go ahead and start doing now is getting into our seal over here. Getting this cleaned up and prepped for the new seal. Alright, well so far we've got this gasket surface clean and we got our seal replaced on the back side. So that bottom crankcase cover is good. All we got to do is come over here and clean this, but it's starting to get to be quitting time. It's actually past quitting time. And it's hot out here, so I'm probably going to call it a night. Come back out to this tomorrow. Finish up cleaning, get our seal on. Get the engine back together. Finish assembling it, carburetor and all. And then throwing it on the MTD. Alright, we got our gasket surfacing cleaned up, and we've got our gasket over here on our other clean surface. Our bottom main seal is already in. What we're going to do is go ahead and coat this really lightly with some RTV on both sides of the gasket, and then we're going to sit it in place on here so we can fasten it down. Well, we got our carburetor reassembled and it's looking brand new on there. And yeah, we snapped the bolt off in the head. It's wedged. Don't think I'm going to be able to use this head now. So it looks like I'm going to have to take that off and we'll have to head swap it. Looks like it probably needs a valve cover anyway. It's got a dent there. So I need another gasket kit. Damn. Just ran into the same problem on a push mower I was working on. Ordered a head gasket, put it on, and now I found out that the gas cap fell apart on me and the carburetor is completely junk. So, more parts. So I guess we'll be back on this one whenever I get more parts in hand and can get a head and a head gasket on that thing and continue to finish the engine build. Alright folks, it has been a while since we've been on the green Bolens MTD, but we are back on it today. There's the hood and the deck. Here we've got the engine and the rest of the parts. I'm not sure if I got it on video because it's been a while since I filmed anything for this, but last time we were putting the carburetor on and we had a mishap. We snapped a bolt off in there. So I want to try my best to get this bolt out of this head without having to pull it. But if we can't, I do have a head there soaking in the solution, and I also have a fresh valve cover over there. I know you say, why a fresh valve cover? Well, that one does have a little dent, and that's not messing with anything, but if I put a new head on it, I'm going to put a new valve cover on it too. I honestly might put a valve cover on it, just put a valve cover on it, even if I do get this head fixed. But I want to try to come in here. Maybe if I'm lucky, I take my grinder and make a little notch for me to maybe try to do a flathead screwdriver. If not, we will be pulling this head. I might try screw extractors. I don't know. But for now, we're going to try cutting a little notch in it and seeing if I can't maybe work that bolt out, because the seal goes along here. So if I don't touch the seal area, I'm probably good. So let's see what we can't do to repair this head. Alright, well, we have the engine laying on its side here on the lift. I cut a notch here to try to get a flathead screwdriver in it, but all it is doing is marring up the edges there. So at this point, what we're going to have to do is I'm going to come in here with a drill bit and we're going to try to drill it and tap it. First things first, I don't want to start off with a little bit because it's just going to catch and snap. So I need to start off with a bigger bit just to get that. That bit is too big. It's probably about the right size. I'm going to try to create a little dimple here so it will ride on and not take my bit off somewhere else. And then we'll start trying to drill our hole. You want to make sure it's centered, and I also want to make sure that that intake port is sealed up with something, because the last thing we want is metal shavings down our port. A little work and a little praying. We got our hole successfully tapped up front here, which I'm very happy with. So now we have our intake on, and we can go ahead and start putting on our carburetor and stuff. And I was going to start putting that carburetor together, and then I was like, well, the bowl's all messed up, and then I forgot. We actually have a carburetor for this. The HIPA sent us. So I'm gonna run inside to the office real quick and grab that, but I think before I do that, we're gonna flip this up. We're gonna change out this valve cover. Got one right here. It's not dented. It's in better shape, and it'll go right in place. So let's do that swap real quick, and then we'll run inside, get our carburetor, get it put on, and then we can start worrying about lifting this thing up and getting the mower in here to put this engine in it. Alright, well, we got a new valve cover on. Here is the dented one right here. You can see it has just a slight dent in it. I'm going to put it in our collection up there. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning off our workspace and everything that we don't need, get it put up so we can go ahead, get our carburetor, get it on, get this thing up on the lift, and get our mower up under it. Alright guys, here we have our HIPA carburetor kit. If y'all watch the Let's Rebuild Some Carburetors videos, y'all will have seen this kit sent to me by HIPA Parts, www.hipastore.com. That's HIPASTORE.com.
Every carburetor needs adjusted at some point, but manufacturers don't want you to do it. They use such a wide variety of adjusting screws that no one could possibly have them all. HIPA's carburetor adjustment kits are the solution. Each kit comes with a wide variety of adjustment tools. You can choose the kit that suits your need from DIYer to pro, and you can also add other useful tools like a spark checker, engine tachometer, and full set of carburetor cleaning brushes. These tools fit nearly every common and uncommon adjustment screw out there. Check them out today at HIPAstore.com.
They do awesome parts. All these carburetors I've used from them are great. I've had no issues out of them whatsoever. It's plug and play. They look good. They function good. They have extra parts that come with it. They're about $25, give or take, depending on which carburetor you buy. This is for the 17.5 Briggs and Stratton. That guy right there, the one we're working on. Now this is pretty much a rendition of a Nicky carburetor. They do work good when they're nice. They just kind of suck to rebuild, but you know, honestly, I've found that they're not that bad. I don't like them that much when you're going to restore a machine and they've been sitting for a long time. The plastic tends to deteriorate inside of them. But if it's a machine that you're running constantly, every week, every other week, you know, these are great carburetors. I really don't like to run ethanol fuel in them because the ethanol tends to gel up, and that's what tends to eat everything up. So if you do have a machine that's sitting, I would suggest running a non-ethanol fuel if you have one in your area. They have their own little spark plug. Comes with a gasket, comes with an air filter and a screen, and it comes with a few other parts in case your choke is different, and so on and so forth. But all in all, great carburetors for the price. I really like their products. They tend to function well, and they tend to just be plug and play. So I did go ahead and put the hose and the fuel filter on the carburetor there. We did not lop off this anti-backfire solenoid. We are actually going to keep this one on this unit this time because we have the wiring for it. It's a lawnmower, and we are going to keep it in functioning condition. So now that we've described this thing, if y'all want to purchase one of these for the Briggs & Stratton 17.5 overhead valve, the link will be in the description for this exact carburetor. The link will also be in the description for our or their webpage, HIPAstore.com. And like I said, they're good. They're good parts. I stand by them. I've worked with them for quite a while now, and I have not had any part that they've sent me messed up, dysfunctional. It's all plug and play. It all works great. HIPA is great, and a big shout out to HIPA. Thank you guys for sponsoring today's video and just helping out all in general. Y'all are a good company in my opinion. So y'all be sure to check them out. www.hipastore.com. Link in description. And link in description for that exact carburetor kit. So let's go ahead and get into putting it on here and getting everything tied up on this engine so we can go ahead and worry about putting it on the mower, getting it running, getting the deck on it and fixed, and then we can worry about getting this thing cleaned up and sold for a little bit of profit. Alright folks, we have our engine completely dressed up and done. I don't know if it has any oil in it. I don't think it does. So we'll have to add some here in a few minutes. That's no big deal. I've got some fresh up there. Trying to get this thing wiped off. We have our new carburetor, new fuel line, new air filter in there. Big thanks to HIPA. Y'all keep our machines running nice and smooth. And also help other machines that I sell to customers stay alive and work just great. So, big thanks to HIPA. Like I said, check them out in the description below. This thing is ready for the mower, except for, you know, checking a roll. So let's it's been sitting up here for a few minutes. Wipe our dipstick down. When I sell machines, I try to get them as clean as I can. Oh yeah, she needs some Clean our surface. Clean our dipstick. Clean. Alright, we add this small. Still needs a little bit. Not a heck of a lot, but it does need some. Alright guys, that's a pretty fresh engine right there. Carburetor, fuel line, air filter, new valve cover. Everything's been cleaned. Fresh oil, fresh starter, fresh spark plug. This ought to be a good one. Now that we got us a fresh engine, it's time to get it hoisted up and start thinking about getting that mower in here to install it on. So it is in the back. It is missing the front wheels. We took them off for the Craftsman that we restored, or not restored, but revived and parted out. The transaxle went to Shaggy's mower, which technically is sitting right there with the tires, and then the engine went on the new sheriff mower, the Hazard County Sheriff mower. So I had robbed the front wheels off of the Bolens to roll that around. Now we got to rob them back and put them on the Bolens. So fun times. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put y'all on the stand. We're going to hoist this engine up and then start getting the mower that's out back there ready to be brought in here. Well, we just got this thing from out back, but a daggum sure needs a bath. Again. So I do believe what we're going to do is we're going to take it up by the hose and give it another pressure washing, and then we'll bring it back down here and put it in the shop for the night. Alright folks, we've got this thing nice and cleaned up, and it is ready for front wheels. We're not going to do that tonight. Do need to get a seat for it as well, because we robbed that for the sheriff mower. So seat, wheels, at least wheels to get it in the shop there up the rears. But I do want to put a seat on it too. We do have one. And then yeah, we'll continue on with our I guess you call it, e-brake set restoration of this project. So we will be back out here again tomorrow on this thing to get some wheels on the front, get a seat on it, get the engine stabbed in it, and start putting it back together, getting it ready to be a riding mower. We do have a deck to repair. but we will get to that once we get the mower put together. So I will see you guys back out here again tomorrow, where we will continue on with our project and hopefully maybe have that thing running and riding by the end of the day tomorrow, if we're lucky. Well, wouldn't you know, sun's back out and them clouds passed right over us. But we're in the shop now, so I don't have to worry about nothing. Got it up on the lift. It's strapped down, keep from rolling backwards. And we got our engine sitting up there ready to go. I do want to put the seat on it first. I know I go in reverse sometimes, but just how I like to do things. So I want to put the seat on and get our wiring back down in there where it belongs. Get it looking like a mower. And put our motor on it. Engine. Motors are electric. Then we can start hooking things up, putting the hood back on it, getting everything situated on this unit. I know it has a little bit of surface rust and stuff like that, but I'm not going to repaint it. I am going to sell it as is, because I don't think it's that bad. If it was worse, I probably would, but it's not that bad. Alright, we got us a seat on there. And now that that's done, we can start focusing on the engine, which I am very happy to be putting back on this thing and getting it done, so we can possibly make some money on this thing. Alright, I was not able to get it perfect, but if it ain't better, I mean, that's a lot better than it was. So now that that is done, let's go ahead and put y'all on the stand, and we're going to drop our engine into place. Alright, the engine is back on this thing and in place. It is not secured yet and not hooked up. Still have a few things to do here and there, but we will get to those as we go. So for starters, we need to hook up the wiring here, you know, of course, plug and play. Everything's plug and play. So let's get all that hooked up, get our throttle hooked up, and everything else. And then maybe we can go ahead and see if we can't get this thing running today. Alright, we got our engine secured down, and all the bolts are in it, everything's hooked up except for the fuel line. We do not have any good fuel line to reach, so we're actually about to have to make a trip to Mike's shop. He's going to supply us with a little bit of fuel line to finish out our fuel system here. And then what we're going to do afterwards is we'll put on our engine pulley and belt system and all that, get it running, and then we'll probably take it down off the lift and ride it around. I probably will put the hood back on it too, so that's for sure. While I'm over at Mike's, the sheriff mower is over there, and we're still in the process of getting it tied up. I'm gonna go over there tomorrow and work on it, but that is our battery. So while I'm over there, I'm gonna go ahead and snatch the battery out of that so we can bring it back here and put it in here and use it for today to see if we can get this thing running. So let's get over to Mike's shop, get some fuel line, get our battery, get back here, and get to work. Alright, we have went to Mike's and came back. We've got the battery off of the sheriff mower. We have a piece of fuel line that Mike hooked us up with. Big thanks to you, Mike. You're always helping out with stuff here at the shop. It is much appreciated. And also picked up my 2 shop rollers that were on the back of the sheriff mower before I put the rear end together. So I went ahead and grabbed those, brought them home, because who knows when I'm going to need those tires. Probably will at some point soon. I'm still looking for some valve stem caps. I found one, and I need to try to locate 3. We're going to go ahead and hook up our fuel system, get our battery on it, pour some gas down its throat, see if she'll fire with the key, and yeah, hopefully it will. We're going to disconnect our little seat switch here, so that doesn't interfere. So I'm going to get y'all on the stem. We're going to go ahead and install our fuel line, install our battery, and get this thing fired up, hopefully. Now that we have our tank plumbed, go ahead and give it a bit of fuel. Cap that off. Now we'll move to installing our battery. I hope this thing will run. We're about to find out. About the fuse. It acts like it wants to start. Put the jump box on it. It's been a while since it's ran. Let me try to shoot some juice down his throat. Not wanting to do anything. I'm going to try to shoot it with some brake cleaner. I don't like doing this, but shooting it seems to have some problems. So I'm not quite sure what's wrong with this thing. It's got a brand new carb on it. It has a lot of new parts, but I'm almost wondering if we don't have a valve issue. Alright, we got our compression tester here. Getting some weird smells out of it. I'm not sure what's going on here. See what we did. Six. Not good. We may have a head problem. Yeah, I'm only getting 60 psi oil pressure. Really not even 60, it's like 58. I spun the engine over twice, and that's what I'm getting. It's about 58 psi. We'll do it one more time, just for the heck of it. Y'all saw me release the pressure. It's spinning over as fast as it can. I've got juice to it, and we're still at... Oh! It's picking up. Did we have an issue with the valves and they're just breaking free or something? It's 4 3/8 bolts to hold your valve cover on. Engine gained a little bit of heat from spinning over, but not much. That means it was trying to fire. Yeah, there's some warmth in there. Okay, it looks like we've got a decent oil pump. I don't really want any of that going anywhere. I'll leave it. We're going to try this again. Okay, the valves are moving. look pretty straight. They look pretty good. Not gonna lie. Alright, well I guess since we checked out, we're going to go ahead and put our rods back in. I want to make sure they're sitting in the right spots. That one most definitely is not. We're going to get a new flashlight. Make sure they are riding on the lifters. One's on the lifter. It's the bottom. This was our top. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get out a feeler gauge, and we're going to gap our rockers, valves, check for top dead center, all that good stuff. So I got to replace the battery in the camera, get the tools, and get right back at it. Alright, so we are back on the camera, and we're going to find what the shit? Guys, I think there's a mouse in the head. So before we go to start this thing, I'd like to just announce that this is my idiot fault. Luckily we were able to fix it, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention. I messed up, left it in the intake, it got sucked down into the engine, and that would make sense to why she didn't want to fire up and it was giving a funky smell, because it was burning off a shirt. Technically that's one of the arms out of one of my shirts that I cut off. Actually the shirt that y'all saw me wearing yesterday, that yellow one, that was the arm for said shirt. So it would make sense why it was making a weird smell. But now we're good. As long as everything is cleared out from the intake, which I think it is, we can now put our spark plug back in the engine. Our brand new HIPA spark plug. I'm glad everything is okay, as we know of for now. Alright, spark plug in place, spark boot in place. Everything should be ready for a test. So I'm going to stick y'all back on the stand, and we're going to see if this thing won't fire up. Let's see what she'll do. something. Might have fried a valve seal. Boy, it looks like I caught the shop on fire. See if I can't suck some of this out. Whew, damn. I mean, she runs, but burning an awful lot of oil. I'm gonna give this a few minutes to clear out with the smoke, and then I'll see what's going on with that. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's just burning off residual, or maybe it's just sucking way too much oil, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna let this clear up, and then I'll be back out here in a few minutes. Alright, shop's all cleared up, best it can be. I'm gonna try to fire this thing back up. Smoke seems to clear. Smoking a little bit. Surging a little bit, but the smoke has cleared up, which is good. Now it's going to smoke off that exhaust because it is burning oil off of the exhaust, but everything else is working. Looks like we got our good running engine. So we can put our hood on now, and we can also put our pulley on, get our belt hooked up, all that good junk. Don't think we're gonna be able to take this for a ride tonight, possibly tomorrow. So we're getting there. Let's get a hood on it. Alright, well, the inside of this hood's a little dirty, so I'd like to clean this up a little before we put it on. Alright guys, well, we got the hood on it, and we haven't pressure washed it yet, but we will be cleaning this unit again with the pressure washer, and then also try to get those catch tabs to catch on the hood. They don't ever seem to want to work on an MTD. I always bend them in and then it catches. But we're going to clean up the rest of this with a pressure washer, then we'll wash it by hand, try to get the paint looking the best we can, you know, try to, you know, buff it out or whatever. We've got a good candidate for a mower here though. It runs. We don't know if it rides yet, but I'm pretty sure it probably will. We got a seat and it's all dressed up. We still got to put the engine pulley on, but it's there. We're going to do it tonight. I would like to see if the transaxle does work. I'm pretty sure it does. But now that we have the hood secured, we can go ahead and we can run our lights up to the front here. We don't have any light bulbs for it, but at least we can run the sockets up there and get everything ran properly. Other than that, I do believe what we might do tonight is we might try to take it for a ride. I'm not sure. I would like to see if it'll do the thing. It would be nice. We're going to hook up our seat safeties again, because I'm probably going to see if those work. And if they do, I'm probably going to hook them back up for the next owner of this machine. Let's get our light sockets ran. They are up in place where they need to be. So now that we've got all that done, we've got a pretty good mower here. Let's get y'all back up on the stand and we will put on our pulley for our engine and our belt. Engine and deck, I mean. Duh. I think it's going to run and ride, folks. We're about to pull it off the lift. Fire it up. See if I'm right. And if I am, we'll probably be done for the night. Come back out here again tomorrow, or actually Monday. I'm going to be at Mike's tomorrow working on the sheriff mower. But we'll come back out here again Monday, wash it up, get it clean, start working on the deck. The deck has a broken mount. We got to fix that, and a couple of small holes in it. Nothing too major. We should be able to get it going again though. And I do believe this is the deck belt. So we'll throw that over here with it, just so we don't lose track of that guy. But let's go ahead, get this off the lift, see if we can't take it around the yard and ride it a little bit. Alright, it's sitting there. We're going to see if we can't ride it. I've got my hands completely full. got to ride it. And it runs and it rides. So that's always a good thing. Let's check our engine real quick. We're still burning off some residual oil out of that exhaust, but no big deal. It can keep burning off until we get it all burnt off. I may, when I get the deck fixed, try to mow the yard with this thing some, see how it works. Otherwise, I'd say we got us a pretty good candidate for a mower. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but as long as it works, that's all that matters. I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I'm tired. I got editing to do, and we have come to a good stopping point on this thing for the evening. I'd say we did good. You know, give or take a couple of accidents. Still came out on top. So, that being said, I will see you guys back out here again Monday, where we will be back on this thing, working on the deck, getting this thing nice and cleaned up and shined up the best I can, so we can put this thing on the market, get it sold, and get it to a new home where somebody will love it and use it as intended. So I will see you guys back out here again Monday. Alright folks, it's the next day back out here on the Bolens. Sat overnight with no leaks. It's looking good. We're going to check our oil today. It is right on the money. So I'd say she did pretty good. Let's we got our battery hooked up because we did disconnect it last night after we shut the camera off because of safety reasons here in the shop. We're going to see if it'll start with no choke. This thing turned out pretty daggum decent. Now we're going to give it a bath. A really, really good bath. I'm going to pressure wash it once again. Then I'm going to take soap and water to it and clean it up really good. And then maybe try to shine it with something. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing that, making this thing really, really nice. That way maybe it'll bring just a little more money. So, I'm going to wash this thing off camera because the video's getting kind of long now. I was editing part of it last night and realized, yeah, it's getting kind of long. So, let's take this thing up here, wash it off camera, get it nice and clean, get it back down here, and shine it up. And then once I get all that done, I'll probably jump to fixing the deck, because really that's all that's left. Alright, we were able to get this unit nice and clean, pressure washed and washed, but I still ain't completely happy with it. I want it to shine a little better, so we're going to use this new finish that I had in the shop. It says apply it with damp rag, wait for it to dry, wipe off with a clean soft cloth. So that's what we're going to do with all of the green, and see if we can't make that thing shine a little better than it does now. So folks, after a lot of elbow grease, pressure washing, hand waxing, and just a lot of scrubbing, working, rebuilding, here we are. We have I think it's a 2000 Bolens MTD lawn tractor. It's cleaned up pretty good except for some blemishes. It does look better on camera, but it actually cleaned up fairly nice. It runs, it rides, it works off the key, it shuts off on the key. The seat's a little tattered, but it has been quenched, so it'll maybe possibly have a little life left in it. Everything's been cleaned in the back. We did straighten up our receiver area there. We've straightened up our back here that was all crushed and bent in. We are missing a foot pad, but that's all we got, so that's the way we're going to sell it. We did scrub the tires really good. Everything seems to be holding air decently. It shines okay. There are some scratches. There are some rust spots, but all in all, I think it was worth saving. It's a pretty decent machine. It runs good, it rides good, it should mow good. We've got all under the hood up under here cleaned up. We've got our engine nice and cleaned up as best we could with the pressure washer all the way around it, so it's not all gunked up. It's topped off with fresh oil. It's got a fresh starter. It's got a fresh bottom main seal with a fresh crankcase seal. It's got quite a bit done to it. Everything's been cleaned. Everything's been rewired. Good machine. But now that we've done all of that work, I think it is time for us to start focusing on the deck itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it out from the shop. We're going to take it up here. We're going to start pressure washing that and cleaning it up and getting it ready for repairs, so we can put it back on this mower and get this thing back in mowing shape, because it really does look pretty dadgum good the way it sits. So with that being said, let's get to the deck repairs, get it done, and see how this thing works. Because if I'm thinking properly, after all that work, it's probably going to mow pretty good. So let's get it all done so we can find out. Alright, we got our deck here. We're about to clean this up. Got a repair to make there. There's a few little holes in it here and there, but no big deal. We're going to go ahead and get this cleaned up so we can focus on the repair side of this deck. Alright, we have a cleaned up deck. This is our spot that we need to weld. So I'm going to get a hammer and the welder up here, and we're going to see what we can't do to get this together. Alright, we are done for the evening. We got this thing cleaned. We got it patched, all the patch panels. We also painted this side black. I didn't have enough black, so I did this side white, just to kind of seal up the surface. Both of the blades turned just fine and are in decent shape, so I'm going to leave them. And all we got to do tomorrow is, after this is dried up and done, we are going to install it on the mower and be done with this project. We are going to test it on the yard. Yard needs a mow, so probably we'll hook it up and ride it around the yard, see how it does. But we will be back out here again tomorrow to finish this thing up and test it out. Alright folks, it's some days later, but Bolens. So I have somebody that's supposed to be interested in it, and he said he'd buy it without a belt. I really wanted to get a belt to demonstrate, you know, it's a good mowing lawnmower, but I can't find one at the moment, and I'm having a hard time doing so. And I'm hoping that I can get one ordered here soon. But for now, we're at a little bit of a standstill. So, I think I'm going to call this video here. We did extensive work on this mower. Rebuilt engine, a bunch of new parts. We've got technically a redone deck, polished up body. Everything's been reworked on this thing, and I think it turned out great. It runs really well, and it rides really well. So I'm pretty sure it should mow really well too. If we don't sell it in enough time, y'all may see this return, but for now it is for sale. 38-inch cut Bolens, 17.5 Briggs, bunch of new parts. It's a really good running and riding mower, just needs a belt, and I may end up being able to find one at some point soon. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go down there and leave a like for me. That is much appreciated and helps out a lot. Comment down below, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Hit that all notification bell, that way you're notified every time we put out a new video, which is once to twice a week. If we're lucky, it's twice, but most of the time it's just once because there's a lot going on. Y'all be sure to follow the Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. Post a whole bunch of shop updates to those, so y'all be sure to follow that. And also come check us out on Facebook, Flying Brown's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. Share your builds, share your ideas, and just come talk to us. But yeah, we will see you guys on the next episode, where we will be doing I don't know what, but it should be good. See you then.